So the question here, how does a young person like Gabby Douglas control her new media empire?
Here with some ideas is Ed Horne. He is the Chief Operating Officer of Madison Avenue Sports and Entertainment. Great to have you with us. Good morning.
Good morning.
So what does Gabby do right now? What's the best way of looking at these opportunities?
Well, it really starts for her with having a group around her, advisors, her family. She's very lucky that she has a good group because the opportunities are going to be significant. They're going to be coming fast, and they really need to have a filter to figure out what are the right opportunities, what are the wrong opportunities, and how do they handle it.
This was a young person that lived in relative obscurity just a few weeks ago. Now her life has totally changed. When we talk about earnings potential, what are we talking about here?
It's amazing. When you think about what she's done, what she's accomplished over a short period of time, there's all kinds of numbers that can be thrown out. But I think the most important thing is that it's handled properly. She makes sure that she defines her brand, and then you move from there.
I'm just curious. So if you were to pick a number, what would you say?
In the short term, I can't imagine it isn't well into the seven figures, over the next 4 years, depending on where she goes. $1 to $3 million certainly is not a number that anybody should think is unrealistic.
Which brands should she be associating with right now?
Well, you've got to imagine that the obvious ones would be brands that appeal to girls, teenagers, moms with children, those that really take advantage of who she is. She's wholesome, she's attractive, she's articulate. She's a ball of energy, and those are the types of brands that you've got to imagine would be the most appropriate for her to consider.
Is there any risk of overexposure?
There always is, and I think that's really the challenge, as was referenced in your piece, is how much is too much. There are lots of short-term opportunities. The opportunity now is how do you balance that so that you can build for the long term and sustain revenue not just in a year or 2 years or 4 years, but over decades.
One of the things that I love about Gabby Douglas, you see her, and when she smiles, you start to smile, and when she laughs, you start to laugh a little bit. She is a marketer's dream. Should she strike now while the iron is hot, while she's got all of this publicity around her?
Well, she has to strike now, and the opportunities are going to be there for her. But at the same time, as I said, she needs to strike now, but she also needs to look at this in the long term as well. Will she be back for Rio? What is she going to do beyond that? What are the opportunities, not just with brands, but content, television shows, other appearances that will get her outside of the gymnast world to make her a celebrity in the long term?
What kinds of products should she avoid?
Well, I think anything that is inconsistent with who she is. She's still a young girl, so products that would put her in a place that you wouldn't expect to see her, I think those are the things that sometimes people make mistakes. So the opportunity is going to be significant for her. She's not going to have to look real hard for the right opportunities.
What is it that makes her stand out so much?
I think when you look at the Olympics, we all love to see heroes, we love to see champions. But in her case, what you also see is somebody who comes from humble beginnings, had to really struggle, perseverance, determination, all those values which a corporate marketer is going to look for, those things are going to resonate.
Ed Horne, appreciate you joining us this morning. Thank you so much.
Thank you.